What's going on, people? You're tuning into another episode of That Was a Vibe. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment in the sections.
Right, we have an absolute classic lined up for you today.
I hope so, Bounce. I hope so, man.
But honestly, but before we delve into today's video, let me go ahead and set the scene, right? It's hard to believe now, but Dr. Dre was actually called out in the streets.
What you talking about, mister?
Yeah. Rumors in the industry was that he couldn't repeat the success of his 1992 classic album, The Chronic.
Love it, love it.
So Dr. Dre's response was sign a new deal with Interscope and just get straight to work. And get straight to work he did for his seminal third solo album, 2001. He grabbed the creme de la creme of R&B and hip hop talent. We're talking the likes of Exhibit, Mary J. Blige, Corrupt, Eminem, and he linked up with his classic label mate and friend SNOOP, Uncle Snoop or Snoop Dogg, right? For today's video, Still DRE. So all you need to do is sit back, relax, and let's get into this one. I mean,
Another Mr. Bounce production. Hype Williams. West Coasting.
Yep, we're in LA now. Look, respect to all the UK cameramen and all the UK directors, Kalen Visuals, Ashley Verse, Adeoji. But as soon as you saw Hype Williams there, you knew what you were expecting. Big budgets, big whips. The women look real, you know what I mean? It was just,
You said that,
honestly, you just know what to expect when you see Hype Williams blowing smoke in the beginning of the video.
Still Snoop Dogg and D.I.
Guess who's back? Nice shot. Nice, yeah.
Still doing that
Start the video.
Oh, for sure.
So good to see Dre and Snoop back together. Like, honestly, this is the original dynamic duo. Do you know what I mean? From Nothing But a G Thing, Deep Cover, like the 90s on lock. When these two combined on a track, it was amazing. And that's why when they fell apart, obviously with the Pole Puck thing and the Death Row thing, I didn't really like it because I thought good. Dre with no Snoop, it just didn't make sense. So this was like the first track that they did in years together, and it just felt like a West Coast reunion. You know what I mean? So I love that. Let's start the video right.
Check me out. It's still Dre Day, AK. Though I've grown a lot, can't keep it home a lot. Cause when I frequent the spots that I've known the block, from the truck when I'm on the block. Ladies, they pay homage, but haters say Dre fell off. How? My last album was The Chronic.
I'm gonna say this now. If you experienced the rollout of the album 2001 and you saw the Up in Smoke DVD and the penultimate track before the DVD ended, man, then you know what I'm talking about. Honestly, this changed my whole life. It really did.
They wanna know if he still got it. They say raps change. They wanna know how I feel about it.
You ain't up on pace.
Dr. Dre is the name, I'm ahead of my game. Still puffin' my leaf, still with the beats. Still not loving police. Still rock my khakis with a cuff and a crease.
Now, a lot of people don't know this. I told you this, so stop trying to get credit for this.
What?
No, I did show you this. So Jay-Z actually wrote Dre's verses on there. And if you actually listen to his verses line for line, Jay's just all over it, isn't it?
Yeah, you can hear the braggadocious and the sass, you know what I mean?
Exactly. So a lot of people don't actually realize that Jay-Z actually wrote this verse, all the verses for Dr. Dre.
Still got love for the streets, reppin' 213. Still the beats bang, still doing my thing. Since I left, ain't too much change. Still,
I'm representing for them gangsters all across the world.
Still
hitting them corners and them lolos, girl.
Still taking my time to perfect the beat. And I still got love for the street.
It's the DRE. So look, I don't care what anyone says, right? I am gonna, as soon as we finish recording this video, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna get that double Carl Kanai, that double Carl Kanai joint with the lugs.
You serious?
I'm braiding my hair, and you know you're gonna see me in festivals looking like Snoop Dogg in this video, straight up and down.
It's terrible. I knew you'd like that.
For them gangsters all across the world.
Still
hitting them corners and them lolos, girl.
Still taking my time to perfect the beat, and I still got love for the streets. It's the DR. Since the last time you heard from me, I lost some friends. Well, yeah, me and Snoop, we dipping again.
To be honest, the track is near enough perfect, but I kind of think that it could have had a Snoop verse on it, you know?
Nah, I can disagree with you on that.
Nah, I think it could have had a Snoop verse on there, man, just to add. I liked him on the chorus, but I thought, can you imagine a nice little Snoop verse right at the end, or do Dre first two verses and then just let Snoop come thing and just ride that?
No, I can't fuck with it.
Get my ear to the streets, signed Eminem. He's triple platinum, doing 50 a week. Still, I stay close to the heat, and even when I was close to defeat, I rose to my feet. My life's like a soundtrack, I wrote to the beat. Street rap like Cali weed, I smoke till I sleep.
Now imagine a few years before this video came out, Dr. Dre was doing these soft verses with Blackstreet, and then he comes out and says, treat rap like Cali weed, I smoke till I sleep. This is the Dr. Dre that we were waiting for.
Yeah.
Wake up in the AM, compose a beat. I bring the fire till you're soaking in your seat. It's not a fluke, it's been tried, I'm the truth. Since turn out the lights from the world-class wrecking crew, I'm still at it, after mathematics. In the home of drive-bys and acmatics. Swap meets, sticky green and bad traffic. I dip through, then I give you.
Yes, people, you know what time it is. This is the time when me and Mr. Bounce just conclude and review the video. For me, yeah, the tune is a dope tune. I remember when it dropped, I loved it. The production, one of Jay-Z's biggest fans, so I could just hear him all in the verse. It was good to see Snoop and Dre back together. You know, you got little Eminem in the video, little cameos all over the place. Same tacky girls in the video, I know, which it hasn't really aged well, you know, just random scally girls all over the place. But to be honest with you, it was a good video, good tune. So for me, a certified classic. Just the only thing that I do have a bone to pick though. I think again, Bounce is more lazy video choices for me, and it just goes to show that's why, you know, at the end of the day, you're quite a lazy guy when choosing these videos. And the reason why, let me land with this one. Like, we're talking about one of the greatest producers of all time, a cultural icon. We're talking about the one and only Dr. Dre. So much stories to tell, production at its finest, and you chose Still D.R.E. as a classic video to review. Like, we've got like The Chronic, you know what I mean? That is a significant album in hip hop history, one of the best. You've got Nothing But a G Thing, Let Me Ride. You could have done Deep Cover, do you know what I mean, from Deep Cover soundtrack. And for me, you could have done The Next Episode, probably his biggest hit on the Chronic 2001. And you chose this. Right. And for me, again, it's just very lazy. How can you look at Dr. Dre and say, look, the first track you're going to choose to review to see if it's a certified classic, it's not even going to be, you know, as I said, Nothing But a G Thing, Let Me Ride. Do you know what I mean? That you've got tracks like this and videos, iconic videos like this, and you've just gone to Still D.R.E.
Right. Okay. You know what?
So for me, it is a certified classic, but again, I just think that it's just a lazy choice from Bounce, and it's Hype Williams. It's like there has to be razzmatazz, you know. There has to be this big budget. If there's no big budget, he's not gonna rate it. And I just think it's lazy.
Look, first and foremost, okay, like I respect what you're saying, but you know, like there's certain things for me why I chose Still D.R.E. First and foremost, the earlier videos, they're always gonna have a cultural impact, right? But this is when Dr. Dre was under pressure. Like, it had been a while since we had seen Dr. Dre come up on his own. Obviously, he had a couple of features out on the LL Cool J Zoom, and then I think the Blackstreet No Diggity tune as well. But this is the first time, I think Guilty Conscience the year before with Eminem. But then this was the first time that we had actually seen Dr. Dre on his own. That's the reason why I feel that Snoop Dogg didn't really need a verse on here. This was about Dr. Dre coming out and letting him know that he's the king of the West. Like he's gonna be, you know, dominating the music scene, which he inevitably did. And there was a lot that was riding on this. Do you know what I'm saying? So for me, this is the reason why you know, I had to pick this just because of the cultural element. And not to mention, when we look at this video again, right, you see all the elements of West Coast, you're at the beach, it's Compton, you're in the lowriders, of course you're going to see the women, but really it's about him and Snoop linking up together and, you know, and delivering, and this is exactly what this video delivered, you know what I mean? You knew what you were going to get. In fact, you didn't even know what you were going to get. Nobody knew what they were going to get, what they were going to get before this video came out, and when it came out, it was everywhere. You know, you couldn't escape still DRE. Not to mention now things that we've realised years after about Scott Storch doing the production and everybody else that helped everyone else who helped out to actually make the track what it was. And that's why for me, this is a special moment in early like or late 1990s, early 2000 hip hop. You know what I mean? You cannot look at that era without looking at what Dr. Dre was doing, and this started it all. That's why for me, that's why for me, I am. This is a certified classic. I'll be honest, there are better tracks on a particular album, but for me, this was the most important track when it came out, and for me, it's a certified classic.
Look, I've agreed with you that it is a certified classic, but you're talking like on the album and now and significant times. He's already done this in the early 90s. Like, he has set the tone, you know, and took gangsta rap onto another level. I'm just saying it is a certified classic. Yes, you're saying Under Pressure. Was he? You know what I mean? He's already signed Eminem. So, you know, we're way into, you know, 10 million records sold on Eminem's album. He's already been on Guilty Conscience, you know, so he's back there. We're all, you know, anticipating a Dr. Dre album. We always anticipate a Dr. Dre album. He's not going to be dropping one once every year or once every 3 years. I get that. But I just think, you know, on the same album, even though I love the track, but, you know, you got the next episode. Now, you're saying that it's significant. The next episode, you got Snoop on there. You know, you got the rest of them in the video. For me, I just think it's a lazy choice. It's just a dig at you. I just kind of think... I think it could be the fact that because you just like the double denim in it. But I'm just thinking if Dr. Dre, if the last Dr. Dre track I need to hear, it's not going to be still DRE. Look, you can't fail. You know, you got big budget. Okay, who do you go to? You go to Hype Williams. Your verse, you go to Jay-Z. Look, this is... Do you know what I mean? It's like the Manchester City, Chelsea of hip-hop tracks, isn't it? You've just gone to the big boys just to make sure that you win on the pitch. And that's what's happened.
And you're telling me next episode isn't that?
I'm not saying that. No, but you got other rappers. You got, you know, your features on there. Do you know what I mean? I'm just saying out of the videos of that album, I thought you would have gone for that. But it's just a video choice for me. But I said it's a certified classic. I just think is another episode and another lazy choice.
But at least we agreed on something, innit? Do you know what I mean? It's a certified classic regardless.
Begrudgingly. But guys, listen, let us know what you think. Of course, if it's a certified classic, I think that's no doubt. But let us know if there could have been better Dr. Dre tracks and videos that Bounce could have chosen. That's my argument, and maybe other people can join in and let us know.
Well, make sure you flood the comments. I do want to hear your opinions. It was not going to change mine either way, but I still want to hear your opinions or read them at least. So, yeah.
There you go. So, thank you for tuning in to another episode. You know what you have to do. Like, subscribe, share, get involved in the conversation. And to be honest, drop some comments to us, and we'll try to review a video that you would like to see from the old school. Because, you know, old school is the best school. Guys, thank you for tuning in to another episode of That Was The Vibe.